So I started off at the University of Birmingham. Honestly, I picked a subject that I just really enjoyed. I knew I wanted to work in sport, so I did sport and exercise science at Birmingham Uni. I then didn't know what I wanted to do straight after that, so I went on to do a master's degree, again in sport and exercise science. I then graduated from there, was quite lucky actually, and got a position with Lucozade Sport, so I kind of fell into nutrition through sports science, and I was working as a sports scientist in nutrition in an applied setting for Lucozade Sport. And then back in 2011, start of 2012, I applied to be an intern at the English Institute of Sport in performance nutrition, and it kind of went from there. Honestly, I didn't know that I wanted to become a nutritionist. I knew that I wanted to work in sport. I knew that I didn't want to be an athlete. I think many times practitioners often want to be an athlete, and it's the next best thing. I never wanted to be, but I knew I wanted to help athletes to achieve their goal, because that's the thing that I was quite passionate about doing. So with that, I started out in sport and exercise science, not really knowing if nutrition was the path that I wanted to take. And then when I kind of fell into Lucozade Sport and that role, I actually realised that nutrition was something that was really of interest to me. And that's why I then decided to specialise in it and go from there. The first thing I would say is, even if it's not nutrition, just pick something that you enjoy. It's amazing over the years, a lecturer said to me, you spend a long time working, and you actually do, and it's so important that you enjoy your day-to-day work, and that still rings true for me right now. In terms of going into nutrition specifically, I think we get so many hundreds of graduates coming through with excellent degrees and master's degrees, and you have to separate yourself out. So I look for people who've had experience, they've volunteered, they've got in front of athletes, and I'm not even just looking for technical knowledge, and I'm sure the rest of our team aren't, but we're looking for other skills that they can bring, such as just their communication skills, people skills, and just bringing a bit of personality to it. So my advice is get out there and get practice in doing that, because that's a real skill in itself. It's just really important to actually get in front of an athlete and get them to understand something that can be quite technical in meaningful, simple terms to them. And as much as there's a skill in doing that, just getting the experience of actually sitting and talking to somebody and being able to be adaptable in your style to who's sat in front of you is going to be really, really key. So one of the skills for me is that, it's being adaptable in your style and approach, being quite self-aware and bringing an aspect of emotional intelligence to the role as well, and recognising that they're a human being as well as an athlete, and just working on those softer skills around communication. It's such a buzzword, but it is so important to, whether that's written communication to an athlete or actually sat in front of them presenting on a group-based level or one-to-one, it will vary massively, and getting experience in that is really important. It's amazing working in high-performance sport. I think there's nothing more rewarding than all the hours that go on behind the scenes of educating and understanding an athlete and what they're trying to achieve on a personal level, and obviously a physical, emotional, professional level, whatever it is, and then actually seeing them step onto a pitch, in my case, or a court, and actually watch them deliver all that hard work. It's challenging, but it's extremely rewarding, and it's a real privilege to do it. So yeah, I encourage anybody, if they want to pursue a career in sport, in Olympic sport, absolutely, then go for it.